Hey guys, so I'm sitting here watching these videos and I'm just kind of taken back by everything. You've got this amazing group of people who are sitting here, who've gone through some not so amazing things, and here they are talking about their most difficult situation of their life on camera. I'm thinking, what's holding me back from telling my story? Um, so here it goes. My name's Charlie. I'm 22 years old. Uh, go to school in Arizona right now, but I'm from a town called Johnston, Iowa. It's a small town, very conservative. One of those towns, where it's like everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody knows everything about everybody's life. It's the same jobs, same activities. Parents work at the same place. Kids go to the same everything. So it just kind of makes it a little more intimidating to be anything different. You just kind of fit in. You just kind of want to blend. And that makes it very tough to be gay, and especially at a young age. Um, I remember back in middle school seeing people like there's this one girl specifically. She just ran out of school one day crying. She was a lesbian and she was being picked on by a lot of people, and I just remember seeing her run out crying. And at the time, I had known in my head that I was gay, but nobody else knew I was. Uh, and I just realized I thought in my head that I wasn't strong enough as to put myself through something like that. I wasn't as strong as her to go through something like that. And so I started going into my shell a little bit. Um, Sixth grade, I was in the lunchroom one time, and a bunch of these guys came up to me and they asked me, "Why are you hanging out with so many girls right now? What, are you gay? Are you a faggot?" And that word, especially then, that word really just kind of gets to your gut. It's like, and at that point, I just knew I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle somebody talking like that to me. So I began to try to change everything about myself. I changed my activities. I did everything that the masculine man would do and just tried to blend. I hid who I was. I quit acting like myself. I didn't follow my passions. I didn't do anything that interested me. Just kind of did what I thought society thought should interest me. Started dating girls. I pretended for a long time that that's what interests me. I thought it would be easier that way to just kind of. It'd be easier to have society like me than to like myself, I guess is a good way of putting it, oddly enough. On top of it, I came from a Catholic family. I had this weekly activity that was supposed to be a rejuvenating thing that made me feel better about myself, and it told me I was going to hell. It told me I was a sinner, and at that age, you start believing it. You let society tell you this, and you think about it. You think it about yourself. So, from seventh grade, there was one time where I went down to the kitchen and just took a kitchen knife and held it against my chest and just started crying. Just disgusted with myself. I just society told me that there's so much wrong with me. I began to think there was so much wrong with me too. I was poison. I was a sinner. I was going to hell. They're putting me on the level of the devil. Like, you just think so low of yourself at that point, and it's just tough to deal with, I guess. Um, so then bring me brings me to college. So then freshman year, I go to Arizona. Um, this is after high school where I'm trying to suppress this. There'd be times where I'd be at a party and I'd go to the bathroom and just start crying because I was just so let down with myself. I just didn't like myself and tried to cover up. I didn't let anybody know I was crying. I didn't let anybody know I was depressed. I didn't let anybody know I was gay. For definitely did not let anybody know I was gay. And it was just tough to deal with, and it was a lot of suppression, especially at that age when you're suppressing and holding stuff in. That's the worst way to handle things. You cannot hold stuff in because it just amplifies inside your head and it just eats at you. It eats at your soul. It eats at who you are. It doesn't allow you to be happy. Freshman year, I get to college, and this one night it got really heavy. It's just real heavy on my mind. I was drinking with some friends and couldn't even hold it back. I'm not somebody to cry, and I was sitting there and just couldn't even not cry. It was just like, it was just so heavy on my chest. I was just so let down with myself and disgusted with myself that I just, I don't know, it just was tough. I tried to cover it up. I tried to not let friends see me crying and stuff. So um, I got home that night, and I was in my dorm room. My friends were worried about me, but I shoot them off. I went to my room by myself, and I started sending all these messages to people on Facebook. Just, I'm sorry. I sent it to my mom. I'm sorry. I sent it to my best friend. I'm sorry. Just kept sending just a simple I'm sorry to each person. Um, and at that point, I kind of made it a emotional commitment to myself to do something that I had thought about doing for a really long time, and that's committing suicide. Um, I swallowed 2 big economy-sized ibuprofens, and my friend came to my room, and it's one of those things where you just know things happen for a reason. Like, she was there for a reason. She knocked on the door for a reason, and she asked me what was wrong that night. So I told her what I'd just done. They carried me out of the dorm, crying. I was sick, and next thing I know, I'm waking up. My parents are walking into this hospital, and they're in Iowa, and I'm in Arizona, and it clicked. I remember what I was doing. Like, I knew what I'd just done, is what I mean. I just started crying. I said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. My mom held me and said, it's all right, it's all right. And at that point, I felt that I owed it to them to kind of explain to them why I would do such a thing, or put myself or them through something so tremendously large. I sent them an email, told them that I was gay. They responded with, it's all right, Charlie, we love you. We love you for who you are. We love you. We'll always love you. I can't wait to see you next. And just, it was great. I had my family for me there, and it was awesome. I hope that for everybody else, but so I, at that point, still was not okay with it in my own head. I wasn't ready to tell people, so I, for 2 years, pretended to be straight still other than to my parents. I came to college, I dated, talked to girls, and just didn't tell anybody. And then one night I told a friend on accident when I was really drunk, and freaked out. I wasn't ready for it, so I told myself I had to get out of there. I got in the car and tried to drive away, and my friends tried to stop me. Ended up getting a DUI. But it kind of spawned this, wow, there's something not going right in my life. There's something not working. I can't live this way. I can't suppress my true self anymore. I got to tell people who I really am. So it just spawned. I made this commitment to myself then that I was going to tell everybody by the new year that I was gay. Told all of my friends. I had one reaction. I told my first friend, I still love you, Charlie. I'm just happy you're happy. Told my next friend, same thing. And it kind of started this snowball. Just got this ambition. I was excited. I was telling everybody, and everybody was okay with it. I had this one friend tell me, I love you because you're my Charlie, but I don't approve of your lifestyle choice. And lifestyle choice is just, the word choice really hit me hard, and just to get that negative reaction, just any resistance at all, I retaliated back to my shell again. A few days later, started telling more and more people, finally told my best friend, and at that point, it's December 31st, and I told him, and he'd been my friend since 6th grade, so I'm thinking in my head, like, what is he going to think? Like, there's so many ways that he could be upset with this, and I said, wow, man, I'm really happy for you. That's great. Like, thank God you're finally happy, man. Like, and I realized then that nobody really cared. I mean, I got home that weekend, and everybody told me, there's something about you that's different, Charlie. You seem happier. You seem more pure. You're you. Like, I can tell there's some light in you right now. You just seem great. And it was great. People could realize that. They didn't care who I was. All they cared about was that they could sense that I was finally happy. It was just cool. It was a cool experience, and I just realized at that point I was my biggest enemy. It had to be me coming to terms with myself before other people could be okay with it. And once I was okay with it, it didn't really matter if other people were okay with it. I had myself. That's all that mattered. You know, if people didn't like me, that's their own opinion. I love myself. I love myself more now than before. Uh, Greater relationships. It's just something that needs time. But it's tough, and it's really just realize that you're going through the toughest part of it all right now. Like, it's gonna get better. It gets a lot better. I've been in a relationship. I've fallen in love. I've gone through stuff that I've always wanted to go through before. I'm me, you know. I'm following my passions again. I'm finally comfortable with myself, and the best thing is, you know, that one friend that said they loved me for me, but don't improve my lifestyle choice. They came around. You just have to realize it's a process for everybody. Like, as tough as it was for you, it's a new thing for other people too. They're entitled to their opinion. If they give you anything negative, don't look at it as concrete. Don't think that they're gonna think that for the rest of their life. Like, if you get a negative reaction from someone, don't let that hold you back like it did me. Let yourself keep going. Realize that they need time too. Who's to say that's their opinion forever, you know? I guess I just want to finish this with a quote. I mean, my favorite quote. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you deal with it. And it's the truth. It's the truth, and it's also the truth that things get better. So just remember both those things, and keep your head up, because you're just you're in the tough spot of it. And, you know, I thought that happiness is right here. Happiness is right here. Yeah, I mean, it's not even there. It's way up here. I've got way more to go. I'm gonna get happier. Everybody, I mean, it's just great. Anyways, I hope that this helps you, and I hope that you keep your head up and continue to love yourself, especially. And think only about your opinion. Don't think what the rest of the world wants from you, but think what you want from yourself and what genuinely makes you happy. Bye.